The February air was crisp, and the city streets were dusted with a light snowfall. Emma Harper pulled her coat tighter around her body as she hurried down the street. She was running late, again. She pushed open the glass door of her favorite café, the familiar scent of espresso and fresh pastries greeting her. In her rush, she didn't notice the man standing right in front of her. And before she could stop, she collided with him. Hot coffee splashed between them. Emma gasped as the dark liquid stained the man's coat. "Oh my God. I am so sorry," she blurted, grabbing napkins from the counter in a frantic attempt to clean up the mess. The man, instead of being annoyed, chuckled. "No worries. Coffee stains, but good moments last," he said, shaking off the excess coffee. Emma finally looked up, and her breath hitched slightly. He had warm brown eyes, the kind that made a person feel safe. His dark hair was slightly tousled, and he had a charming, lopsided smile. Let me pay for your coffee," she stammered. "It's okay," he said, still smiling. "But if you really feel bad, how about you join me for another cup?" Emma hesitated, but there was something about his easygoing nature that intrigued her. "All right," she agreed. "I'm Emma." "Daniel," he replied. "Nice to meet you, Emma." Neither of them knew at that moment how much this small accident would change their lives forever. Over the next few days, Emma and Daniel kept running into each other at the cafe. At first, it was pure coincidence. Both of them happened to stop by for their morning coffee at the same time. But soon, Emma started looking forward to seeing him, and Daniel always seemed to pick the seat next to hers. They talked about everything and nothing. Emma told him about her dream of becoming a novelist, though she hadn't written in months. Daniel shared that he ran a flower shop, a family business he had inherited. With Valentine's Day around the corner, he was busier than ever. "So, do you believe in love?" Emma asked one day, stirring her coffee. Daniel tilted his head, considering the question. "I believe in moments," he said. "The small things that make love real, like leaving a note for someone, or remembering how they like their coffee." Emma smiled. She liked the way he saw the world. One evening, as they sat in the cafe, Daniel seemed nervous. I'm hosting a small Valentine's event at my flower shop," he finally said, rubbing the back of his neck. "Would you come?" Emma's stomach twisted. Valentine's Day, the holiday she had avoided for the past 2 years. "I don't know," she hesitated. Daniel looked at her curiously. "Not a fan of Valentine's." "It's complicated," she admitted. He nodded, not pushing further. But there was something in his gaze, an unspoken understanding. "Well, if you change your mind," he said, sliding a small invitation across the table. No pressure. Emma took it, feeling a strange warmth in her chest. That night, Emma sat on her couch, staring at the invitation. 2 years ago, Valentine's Day had been the worst night of her life. Her longtime boyfriend had ended things, saying he didn't see a future with her. Since then, she had avoided love. Avoided anything that reminded her of that pain. Yet, when she thought of Daniel, she didn't feel pain. She felt something else, something new. Could she really let herself step into that world again? Emma decided to go. When she arrived at Daniel's flower shop, she was stunned. The place was transformed. Twinkling lights hung from the ceiling, and the air was filled with the scent of fresh roses, lilacs, and jasmine. Couples and families wandered through, admiring the floral arrangements. Daniel spotted her and walked over, a single red rose in hand. "You came," he said, his smile warm. Emma took the rose, feeling her heart race. "Yeah, I did." For the first time in years, she didn't feel like running away from Valentine's Day. As the event wound down, Daniel pulled out a small, wrapped box and handed it to her. "What's this?" she asked, surprised. "Open it." Inside was a keychain, shaped like a tiny book. Emma felt her breath catch. "For your future novel," Daniel said with a wink. Something inside her cracked open. He believed in her dream. Something she hadn't even dared to believe in herself for a long time. The next morning, Emma woke up with a swirl of emotions. She liked Daniel. Maybe even more than liked. But what if she got hurt again? She started pulling away, avoiding his calls and texts. But the emptiness that followed told her one thing: she missed him. On February 14th, Emma found an envelope at her doorstep. It was a letter from Daniel. "Emma, I don't know what happened, but I just want you to know. You don't have to be afraid. Love isn't about never getting hurt. It's about finding someone worth taking the risk for. I don't want to rush you. But I just need you to know. You are that person for me." Tears welled up in her eyes. Emma clutched the letter and made a decision. She ran through the snowy streets, heart pounding, until she reached Daniel's flower shop. He was locking up for the night when she arrived, breathless. "You were right," she said, voice shaking. "Love is a risk. But I want to take that risk, with you." Daniel's face broke into the brightest smile she had ever seen. Under the soft glow of the streetlights, Daniel pulled her close. "Then let's make this the first of many Valentine's Days together." And as their lips met in a tender, heartfelt kiss, Emma knew, this time, love had found her in the most unexpected way.